All right, I'm gonna talk about narcissistic gang stalkers. Um, One of the things about narcissistic gang stalkers, because let's really be honest, these are a bunch of dumb people who sign up on these programs, and you can usually tell if they were stupid or not, because a lot of things that they do, just like the news media, is they reduce to doing some very stupid stuff on a day-to-day basis, and they all they really doing is just wasting their time. They're wasting my time, they're wasting other target individual people time. And I have put up on this note pad a list of traits about the nature of gang stalkers and narcissistic people who became gang stalkers and trying to aggravate the person to their graveyard early. One of the things that narcissistic gang stalkers do is they seduce people. And the reason why they do this is because they're trying to control target individuals. They're trying to cause the person to only focus on their program and to be put in a trance and to be hypnotized by every sort of lie that's coming from every other direction that gang stalkers throw at people. And this is a gaslighting tactic that they use on a day-to-day basis. And this is nothing new. And the results of all this I will talk about later. They manipulate. They hate people who enjoy their life, and this is, and one of the reasons why they hate people who enjoy their life is because the narcissistic person is opposite from people who enjoy their life. They are opposite from people who are natural and normal people. They are the opposite of empathic or empathetic people. They're the opposite of all that. And the reason why they hate people who do good is because they are filled with psychopathicism. They don't know how to function. They function up on the psychopathic level. And plus they have stigmas and issues, and a person who does good remind them of those type of issues, and they want to get at the person who do good for other people, for the simple reason, for one example, they want to get revenge on the person who they want to get revenge against the person who they hate, and decided to take out all their frustrations and issues and all their corruption and evil out upon people who they don't even know, and they take it out upon specific people or random people that reminds them of a particular person or an event or something, whatever psychopath that does psychopathic loopy like type of issues that these gang stalkers and narcissistic people dealing with. And then they lash out against the person because that conflicts with their narcissism, and then they take that thing personally. For example, I say that Barack Obama is still a homosexual sissy, and then the gang stalker and the narcissist lash out, right? Because the narcissist sometimes it happen to be a gang stalker, and then they get offended, their emotions get all sorts of touch, right? And they lash out against people with common sense because they take that personally, of a type of fairy tale and ideological fairy tale that they support and they idealize. All right. That's one of the reasons why they hate good people. And somebody vote for something like or like I said, somebody who's all about morals, and then they hate morals. They hate moralistic people. And it's something similar to that description. Narcissistic people are bipolar. One moment they're nice to you, then they evil. Then they're nice, and then they become evil. Then they're nice, then they flip back and forth. They don't even know what they want. They exhaust everybody's effort, time, and nobody really want to be around them unless they know how to really manipulate a person, which they do very well, and have many friends, many different connections, many friends, and they have a way of talking that seduces people to believe all the lies and the shows that they put on 24/7. They're very insecure, vulnerable people. When they're not really up on the emotional, psychological level, they're insecure people, and they feel vulnerable, so they look for vulnerable people. They look for people they can leech off of, and they run a predator operation upon a person and a psychological operation upon a person, so they can benefit their own selves and their life and survival and whatever delusional dreams that they want to amplify and emphasize above everybody else, and don't see people as people. They just see them as objects and things to be used and thrown away. That's how the way narcissistic people see things. And the reason why they look for vulnerable people is because they're vulnerable. They're very insecure, weak people. That's why which is the next one, this is the reason why they exploit people. That is a divisive method that they use. They have issues. They're sexually morbid and distorted people, especially mentally. They are very dry. Their personality is dry. The things that they say up out of their mouth is biased and it's very dry. There's nothing solid to what they're saying. It's just very flaky. They're obsessed with other people's lives, but they're not obsessed with achieving a goal and being realistic and stay in their lane and go focus up on something else that's much more useful than sitting up here stunting a person up on a day-to-day basis, because they ain't got nothing going for them. All right, they obsess up over stuff that don't even matter, stuff they can't fix, something they can't control. It's just very minuscule, stupid stuff. You know what I mean? You can spill some ice cream on the ground or spit on the ground, and then they become completely ignorant. Control. They want to control people because they themselves have no self-control. They have no control over their emotions, their thoughts. They have no control over their physical reaction. They have no self-control. That's also another reason why they do the things that they do. One of them would be to censor people's ideals, interests, talents, success, even break up marriages because, well, honestly, they're just miserable people. And miserable people like to break up people's marriages. Because once they see you in a relationship with a person, and then that person is happy, that's one of the things that the narcissists wish they had, is they wish they had their happiness, and they wish they was with a person to be happy, and they're not happy. Even if they was in a relationship, they're still not happy people. You can even have two narcissistic people manipulating each other in a relationship. By the end of the day, two narcissistic people are not happy together. They fabricate. They're very bitter people. And what I mean by fabricate, they portray an illusion of reality, but the things that they portray is not real. It's all made up. It's all synthetic. They're bitter people. They hate for no reason. They use spell effects, get you to hallucinate, to believe lies they manipulate you to believe. That's self-explanatory. They aggravate. They troll, bully, hide like the cowards that they are. They're very desperate people, and they're highly confused. They can't even distinguish the difference between a reality, and they fight a fake war. They look for smart people because really they're dumb. They're just a bunch of blockheaded dummies. They deflect because they try to hide their insecurity. They deflect because they're trying to protect something that they can easily get destroyed by. That's why they're very hostile people. And hostile people, for no reason, already snitch on their own self because of their innate nature, that they're very hyper insecure people.